I'm gonna have to go around there and see if it's live. Does it look like things are moving?
It says orientation is locked.
Okay.
Rotate device back.
We want it landscape.
It says live.
If there's people listening, we're testing equipment here. Well, it says we're live. See if I can get it up on the computer. Oh, orientation is off. It says we're live. Oh, let me mute. It needs to be like flipped. I don't know about doing the whole camera that way. Is there a way you can do it on the phone? Huh? Hey, Jacob. We're learning a new thing. Oh. Well, that's looking at you. You need to go back the other way.
Now, the way I had it a minute ago, I seen you, is what I was seeing here on the camera.
Okay, well, you can't do that. Just turn the phone then. Just turn the camera. There you go. I don't know if that's going to be looking at us, because this is delayed versus what's coming up on there, I think. Oh, maybe. Hold on. Turn it a little bit more this. No, turn the tripod. There you go. So how's the picture looking? And the sound? Give me a 1 if it's good, or a 2 if we need to switch something. Oh, we got a 1. We're good. Jeff is going to be camera shy. We're going to wait for a few more minutes, see if anybody else joins us in the chat. So, for y'all that are in here, how's our videos been going? Let us know how we've been doing. We kind of new at this and kind of camera shy, so we don't have the best of equipment. We got a phone and a computer. But we're trying.
And anybody that knows me out there knows that I love talking. But for some reason or another, on the camera, it just seems like I don't like talking quite as much.
So what we're seeing of ourselves on the computer is actually delayed from what we're seeing, I guess, live off of the phone. I'm scooting you over. Yeah, we try not to do that. Drink on the job. Might do a little something else from time to time, but we don't drink. I'm gonna go ahead and put the disclaimer out there that if you got any kids in the room or kids listening or whatever that might not need to listen to some stuff that we say from time to time, make sure that they're out of the room, because we're going to talk about homesteading, we're going to talk about daily life, just whatever comes up. And any kind of questions that you guys in the chat might have for us, we're going to try to answer those and go from there. But anything that we say or do is our opinions. And what we want to do. We're not professionals in any way of anything. We're just learning as we go. I'm 50 and Jeff is 56, and so we're just kind of, homesteading in our 50s. Thanks, Amanda. Yeah, we're having a good time. Right now we're a little nervous because this is our first time doing a live. We got 55 or 56 subscribers so far. And I think YouTube said we had to have 50 before we could do our first live. So we're just kind of doing a little test run today, talking to people and seeing, what all they want to talk about and bringing up some stuff. And I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go.
What I'm going to
Thanks, Grayson.
What I'm going to talk about a little bit is, things that you can do to survive when things is hard, because anybody that's watching us right now has probably had hard times in their life, and you've had to live hard. And these books here will prepare you a little better if something does go wrong. It can help you in ways but now there's ways in here too that I've looked at and I've seen that you don't want to do it that way, because some of these things has several more steps than is really necessary for the whole project.
Oh, we live here in Kentucky. We moved to Kentucky in 2022. We used to live in North Carolina. We spent a lot of time with our grandparents growing up in the mountains, learning about a bunch of stuff, and we just kind of wanted to put some of that to good use that we learned, because nowadays you never know what's in your food. They're putting all kinds of stuff in there, and they're coming up with 3D meats and all kinds of stuff, and you don't know what all that's about. I'm going to try to do some research on that and maybe bring you a podcast on that. Go to some of the local grocery stores around here and see if they know what 3D printed meat is, if they even have it and what it looks like. But got a lot of preservatives and you really just don't know how your things are grown. So we're going to try to have more hands-on on what we eat, produce here. We've got chickens already. We got 15 chickens. So we've been getting our eggs. Right now they're kind of in a lull. They're not laying for us very well. But it is wintertime and they're not getting a lot of sunlight. So hopefully in the spring it's going to pick up more because we'll be able to untarp their coop and they'll get more sunlight. But I don't know.
Come spring of the year, we got a lot of projects, but right now here in Kentucky, it's been a little cold, a little snowy.
Yeah.
Just every couple 3 days, it was like storm after storm. And when you're dealing with stuff like that there, you know, you got so many things that you need to do every day, and it sort of puts you behind a little bit. But you just got to always remember is, if the good Lord's a willing, tomorrow's a coming. Tomorrow's another day for you to get things fixed and done. But, you know, you got to prepare for the worst while you are planning for the best.
When we first moved up here, the house that we got, the only heat it had was a broken down central heating and air unit. No air condition. It had no other sources of heat or whatever, so we had to take all that out because it was broke down, and we got a quote on what it was to fix it, and it was way too high. So we decided we was just going to try to do some old school stuff. We got a wood stove, but we haven't installed it yet. Hopefully that's going to be one of our projects that we can do. We'll show you guys how we do it, whether we successfully complete the project or if we mess up along the way. Because I think it's good for people to see that things aren't always done perfect. Because people aren't perfect. And people do things different.
And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, you can't always run to Lowe's or Walmart to get what you need. You have to sometimes use what you have. And sometimes at the end of the day, it turns out to be a whole better situation. But a lot of people don't look at it that way.
Are you guys still hearing this okay? Because we don't have mics yet. We're going off the microphone on the phone. So give us a one if you can still hear us. Hi, William. How you doing? Thank you. All right, cool. Everybody can still hear us pretty good. Well, one of the projects that I've been researching is we kind of want to add to our homestead some things that we can easily produce and process ourselves. We're kind of, older, and it's hard for us to maybe wrangle a cow or a goat. So we've got the chickens, and we're going to do maybe some meat rabbits. We've been researching some of that. And seeing what all we can do with those. From what I've researched, I need to start off with 1 male and 2 females. And they're going to produce at least 30 pounds of meat per litter, from what I have read. And then, the benefits of raising your own rabbits. They're high in protein. They're low in fat, high in selenium, iron, and B12. And another benefit to it is you can use their compost on your garden right away. It's called cold compost versus chicken compost, which you have to kind of let process a little bit and kind of cool down because it's got a lot of stuff going on in it. It can actually hurt your plants if you use it right away and don't mix it very well.
Yeah, but the good thing about rabbits is they multiply really fast, and you got a turnover there.
That's true. So, you know, their compost is going to be high in nitrogen and potassium and phosphorus and magnesium and zinc, which is going to put stuff back into our garden, back into the soil, which you know will help things grow. And plus, rabbits are low maintenance and they're quiet. As long as you've got, what we're going to do is a colony versus a, what do you call it? The box that they're in.
The cage.
Yeah, a kennel, I guess. Because I think that way they got more room to roam and can kind of just do their own thing without feeling so cooped up. So the only thing there we have to do is just make sure that, their colony's clean and they got fresh food and water. But other than that, they pretty much take care of themselves. Except for when Mama has babies, I'll have to check in on them, make sure they're not getting too cold or anything. But where chickens, you kind of got to make sure that their feet stays clean, that their food bowls and all that stuff is not knocked over, and they got to have straw in there, and you got to get their eggs out pretty quick or they start pecking at them and eating their own eggs and everything. And I need to let everybody know in the chat that you need to be nice with any comments or anything. Don't put anything in there that you wouldn't really want to talk about. But anyhow, from what I've read, we have a troll in our chat. At least you're using the nice version of that word, Grayson. Thank you. But anyhow, so we're going to end up having to, build a. Okay, you can go back to the nice word now. We're going to have to build a colony, which is going to be up to Jeff to build.
I just sort of put it together when you tell me how you want it. That's usually the best way to get it done.
Yeah. All right, Grayson, you're in timeout. The breeds of rabbits that I looked at were New Zealand. Said that they could get 9 to 12 pounds. They grow fast. They're docile, and they have large litters. So, what I plan on doing is not only growing them to process the meat, but we're also going to try to harvest the pelts off of them and save the rabbit fur for other projects, like art projects. Maybe I can make myself a rabbit fur coat or a hat or...
A water pouch.
You could do a water pouch out of them, I guess. Make a rabbit purse. But I think if anybody in the chat has ever raised rabbits, let us know which breed that you do, because we're going to be first time rabbit farmers. But from what I read, New Zealand or California's are one of the best ones. They have a lot of babies at one time, and they're easy to kind of take care of. But let's see. And rabbits too don't have a lot of things that go on with them like chickens do. They get ear mites and have some gut issues, and sometimes they're heat sensitive, but that's not like a chicken. The chicken, you got to make sure that they don't get that bird. What is it? The bird. Well, bumblefoot and the bird disease and all that stuff. Um, but from what I read, the butchering process to a rabbit is similar to how you would do a deer, and I've cleaned a deer myself out in the field one time. So butchering a little rabbit shouldn't be that hard. Now chickens, we kind of grew up knowing how to butcher a chicken or cull a chicken. We just never did it. We watched. So hopefully we'll figure out that process. But we're learning about, the herbs that grow on the mountain, what we can use them for. So far we've incorporated dandelion, plantain, what's another one? Self-heal, jewelweed. So we're learning about all those.
There's a whole medicine cabinet all around you,
yeah.
And you take the lawnmower and cut it down all the time. I used to do it, and I still do sometimes, but you can use some of the stuff to help you a lot better than the medicine you get at a drugstore, and it don't give you a lot of side effects.
No, so far we've used, we picked and harvested dandelion, the flowers and the leaves. They grow out in your driveway, on the side of the hill, your walkways and whatnot, and so they got the little yellow flowers, and I'll find a picture sometime and I'll make a video on it. But we harvested those, we washed them up and dehydrated them, and then I keep them in a little mason jar over by my teas, my herbal teas, because I like to drink herbal tea a lot. I have a lot of inflammation, and I was just recently diagnosed with fibromyalgia, so that kind of helps relieve some of the inflammation. So does the plantain. The plantain has also those kind of properties, but you can also use it for if you're constipated or whatever. You can eat it fresh, or you can put it in your tea. It also grows about the same place as the dandelion does. And then what's another? Oh, the self-heal is one that we just recently learned about. It was growing on the mountainside. It was about that tall, and it had little purple flowers on it, and we didn't really know what it was, but it helps alleviate toxins and stuff, and it just kind of helps your body heal. You can put it in a salve, you can put it in a tea, ever how you want. It just helps your body recuperate from any kind of illnesses that you're going through. And then the other one was jewelweed. Sorry. Jewelweed was one that was growing near poison oak and poison ivy. And you don't eat it or anything, but you can use it. You can take and just break the branch, take the flower, and if